You've been doing everything right. You've been cutting back on sugar, trying to move more, maybe even waking up earlier to squeeze in a workout before the rest of the world gets going. And yet, when you step on that scale or catch yourself in the mirror, something inside you just sinks a little, because it's not working the way you thought it would. And that feeling, that quiet frustration of trying so hard and seeing so little, that's exactly why you're here right now. I see you. And I want you to know this is not your fault. Here's what nobody tells you. Most of the fat-burning advice out there is built for a completely different body than yours. It's generic, it's recycled, and it completely ignores the way your specific metabolism actually works. But today, we're going to change that. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to discover the simple moves that are scientifically proven to flip on your body's fat-burning engine and keep it running, even when you're not moving. Now stay with me, because about halfway through, I'm going to show you something that genuinely surprised thousands of people who thought they had already tried everything. Let's start with the truth about why most workouts fail to burn fat. Your body is not a machine, it's a survival system. And survival systems are smart. When you do the same workout over and over, your body adapts. It becomes more efficient. And more efficient sounds good, but in this case, it means your body burns fewer calories doing the same amount of work. Scientists call it exercise adaptation. Real people call it hitting a plateau. And if you've been stuck at the same number for weeks or months, that's probably exactly what's happening. Now here's where it gets interesting. There are specific movement patterns that prevent your body from adapting. They keep your metabolism guessing. They force your muscles to work in ways they're not used to. And the result is that your body keeps burning fat at a much higher rate, not just during the workout, but for hours afterward. This isn't theory. Studies on post-exercise oxygen consumption, what researchers call the afterburn effect, show that certain types of movement can keep your metabolism elevated for up to 38 hours after you stop moving. Think about that. You do 20 minutes of the right moves, and your body is still burning extra fat the next morning while you're having breakfast. But here's the catch. Not all movement creates that response. And this is where most people go wrong. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine two people. One of them spends 45 minutes on a treadmill at the same pace, every single day. The other does 20 minutes of targeted, varied movement 3 times a week. At the end of 60 days, the person on the treadmill has burned more calories during their sessions. But the person doing the targeted movement has lost significantly more body fat. Because fat loss is not about how long you move. It's about how smart you move. And right now, before we go further, I want to mention something. We have programs linked down in the video description that go far deeper into this, structured in a way that removes all the guesswork and walks you through exactly what to do. Most people scroll right past it. But the people who don't, the ones who actually click and take that next step, they're the ones who stop wondering and start seeing real results. That's your choice to make. Now, let's get into the actual moves. The first one is something called a compound hinge. This is a movement pattern that activates the largest muscle groups in your entire body simultaneously. When you engage multiple large muscle groups at once, your body demands massive amounts of energy. That energy comes from stored fat. The compound hinge, done correctly, targets your hamstrings, glutes, and lower back all at once. You don't need weights, you don't need equipment, you just need your body and about 6 inches of floor space. Here's how it works. Stand with your feet hip-width apart. Slowly push your hips back, not down back. Imagine there's a wall behind you and you're trying to tap it with your glutes. Keep a soft bend in the knees, let your chest drop toward the floor while keeping your spine long, like someone has a string attached to the top of your head. Then drive your hips forward to return to standing. That's it. Do that 15 times, rest 30 seconds, repeat 3 times. Simple, powerful, effective. The second move is lateral resistance stepping. Most fat-burning programs move you in straight lines, forward, back, up, down, but your body has lateral, stabilizing muscles that almost never get trained this way. And those muscles, when activated, create a hormonal response that signals your body to release stored fat from some of the most stubborn places: inner thighs, lower belly, the back of the arms. You step wide to the side, lower into a partial squat, step your feet together, then repeat in the opposite direction. Controlled, deliberate, 20 reps each direction. Now here's something remarkable that most people never consider. The combination of compound hinges and lateral stepping back to back, with only 15 seconds between them, creates what physiologists refer to as metabolic stacking. Your heart rate climbs, your hormones respond, and your body is forced into a fat-burning state that a standard workout simply cannot replicate. Research from interval-based training studies consistently shows that metabolic stacking burns up to 3 times more fat per minute than steady-state cardio. 3 times more, in less time. The third move is something that looks almost too simple to work. Slow eccentric push-ups. You lower yourself to the floor over a count of 4 seconds. Slow, controlled, and you feel every fiber of your chest and arms working against gravity the entire way down. Then you push up normally. The eccentric phase, the lowering part, creates microscopic damage in your muscle tissue. Your body then works to repair that tissue for the next 24 to 48 hours. And during that repair process, it's burning fat for fuel. Every hour. While you sleep. While you sit at your desk. While you cook dinner. This is the secret that turns simple movement into a round-the-clock fat-burning system. Now, let's talk about what happens to people who put these moves together consistently. Within the first week, the soreness from those eccentric movements tells you that muscles you didn't even know you had are waking up. By week 2, clothes start to feel different. Not dramatically, but there's something. A little more room, a little less tightness. By week 4, people around you start to notice. Someone says something. And you feel it too, not just in the mirror but in the way you move. Lighter, more confident, like your body is finally working with you instead of against you. And here's what that feels like emotionally. You stop dreading your own reflection. You stop avoiding photos. You stop making excuses to yourself in the quiet moments before sleep, because you're no longer stuck, you're moving, you're changing. And that shift in identity from someone who tries to someone who does, that's worth more than any number on a scale. Most people will watch this, nod along, feel inspired for about 3 hours, and then go right back to what they've always done. And I'm not judging that. Change is genuinely hard. But if that pattern sounds familiar, then you already know where it leads. The programs we have linked down in the video description exist for one reason, to make sure that doesn't happen to you again. They take everything you learned today and build it into a step-by-step structure that your body can follow and your mind can stick to. No confusion, no guesswork, no more starting over from scratch. But I'll be honest with you, most people hesitate. They tell themselves they'll start next week, and next week becomes next month, and next month becomes another year of wishing things were different. The link is right there below this video. Everything you need is waiting on the other side of that click. The question is simply whether today is the day you decide that you're worth it.